The people who come to this event represent the cream of the industry. They are the leaders in their field. The winners of PAM Awards have been through a very rigorous, independent process of scrutiny and examination by professionals whose job it is to recommend and review performance of different firms. So the people who come here this evening are the leaders in the market.
The general standard of entry has been extremely high this year. We've seen firms entering the same sort of models or the same portfolio solutions that they've entered in the past. So we've got a good degree of consistency in terms of the data that we're receiving. The data itself has been extremely high quality. We really like to see the performance of actual portfolios, real outcomes that the man on the street has received from the various firms, rather than models or, in a sense, made up numbers. And we've seen a real move towards people presenting us with real data.
You can learn so much from this process because all the judges are available to you outside of the judging process and to give you their thoughts on your submission, give you the kind of anonymized feedback from the process, maybe give you some hints and tips from what others have done. More than that, everybody likes a little bit of competition, and I think you really need to put yourself out there a little bit in order to understand exactly where you might sit amongst your peers. And you can't really get that information unless you engage in the process. So PAM has done a lot of work to try and give back to people so that they can really value engagement in the process, because it is very time consuming. We all understand that. And I think the balance is good at the moment. And I think there's always more that could be done, but if people come and ask us questions, I think the judges are pretty happy to give answers.
Certainly my experience on the Total Wealth Solutions Award, the standard is getting higher all the time, and I think part of that is because of the detailed feedback which we give to all the entrants. And so we're trying to, in our own small way, raise industry standards, and I think that may have happened, hopefully it has. So the selection of the finalists is difficult, and it's even more difficult out of the finalists to pick a winner. And I think any of the finalists could potentially be a winner, so we have quite a difficult job to choose that winning entrant. And quite a few of the finalists have won it in the past, so it's not an easy job to come up with that firm. But I think all the finalists are outstanding, and they all put a tremendous amount of effort and work into their submissions, so we feel they should all be considered very, very thoroughly, which is demanding for us, but we enjoy it, and we seem to come back next year to try and do it all over again.
This is going to sound a bit like a teacher potentially, but in terms of the winners that really stood out, the submissions that they put in really answered all of the questions. They really got to grips with the guidelines, they really got to grips with the criteria, and the passion that they had for answering all of the questions in their submissions really comes through. So I think the ones that are the winners, and I think in some cases we have a couple that have been fortunate or diligent enough to collect 2 awards, really do deserve solid mention.